Hello everybody, I'm Jackie Fox and this is Pokemon Go Fight Club. So today we're going to be talking about all of the kind of plus and minuses that I've noticed from listening to people talk about this new update on Facebook, from actually playing it myself, what I like, what I don't like, and what could be fixed. Because one thing that I do want to start out by saying is that it seems like with this update, Niantic is actually listening to what people are saying about the system. We've seen a lot of things changed or tweaked based on user feedback, or what we have to assume is user feedback, over the first couple days of this update. So hopefully if we send a clear message about what we like and what we don't like, we can get this system tweaked a little bit more and to have it be a little bit more beneficial to us over time. So let's talk about that stuff now. Stuff that probably needs to be fixed. For example, we really need to fix this 3K bug, which is, it's being called like the Dragonite bug. A lot of people are associating it with that species specifically, but it's not just Dragonites. It seems to be anything that goes into a gym above 3000 CP. So anything above 3000 CP is going to atrophy 10 times as fast. You've got to be kidding me. There's a bird in the front yard. That's what he's barking at. Okay. So things that go into gyms above 3000 CP seem like they're losing motivation at about 10% per hour. It seems like anything below 3000 CP is losing motivation at about 1% per hour. Jesus Christ. Okay. Hopefully we're done with that. While I kind of agree that the CP system is a little bit broken, and thankfully it's not as relevant in this new gym system since they aren't being ranked anymore, but I do kind of get the idea of having higher tier stuff decay a little bit faster. But drawing a very hard line at 3000 and having it decay 10 times faster is obviously really dumb. Like, that needs to be fixed. It needs to be tiered or something, or made more gradual. But, you know, the difference between putting in a 2988 Dragonite and a 3011 Dragonite being a 10 times difference in the decay of motivation is just bad. That is bad game design. It's stupid. But in the meantime, until this gets fixed, until this gets updated, just remember that if you're dropping in anything that has above 3000 CP, it's going to get knocked out of there really quickly. So you should probably be keeping all those top tier Dragonites, Gyarados, whatever you've got that is above 3000. Save that for attacking and put in some more interesting things below that level. Okay, so this is something that's been bothering a lot of my more hardcore gym happy friends. There's actually a couple of points to this. The first thing is that when we go out and gym as a group, after you take a gym and drop the first Pokemon in, there is a 10-minute delay before you can drop the second one in. So we really just have to wait around for 10 minutes before we can drop that second one in, and that's really annoying. Like, that's a total time suck. What are you gonna do? Just sit there for 10 minutes and stare at your phone? Like, I mean, sure, there are practically plenty of things that you could do, and it's not that big of a complaint to have to sit there for 10 minutes, but come on, could you cut it down a little bit? Like maybe 2 minutes, or 5 minutes, or something a little bit more reasonable. The second problem is that it doesn't seem like there are any significant rewards for holding down a gym for a long period of time other than just bragging rights. Because the new system means that you want Pokemon coming back regularly, so you can get that regular supply of points as they come back, instead of being able to collect while they're still in gyms. It's been really demotivating to a lot of players that have been more serious and more hardcore about gyms. And I understand that maybe in some ways us being a little bit more hardcore about gyms has I don't know, messed with the metagame and kept some less serious players out of it, and this new gym system is designed to bring some of those players in. But you can't do that by intentionally excluding and just alienating your more hardcore players, because we're the people who stuck with the game this whole time. Well, okay, I took a little bit of a break, and a lot of my friends did, but we've been playing pretty much the whole time. We've been very serious about this game, and we've probably been putting in the most money into this game. So don't treat us like a redheaded stepchild. It's just not good game design to do that. The cap of 50 coins per day, though, that just seems really aggravating, especially since you can earn 50 coins so fast. It just seems kind of silly that the maximum reward can be reached in a couple of hours instead of rewarding you for keeping Pokemon in for days. Now, I kind of get that, but what if... I mean, well, for one, you shouldn't be cutting that cap. It should be returned to 100, in my opinion. I mean, I don't think that that was impractical at all. I don't think that was a bad idea. I think that it was good for bringing a lot more casual players into the game. Obviously, there's going to be players for whom 100 coins a day is not enough to quench their buying desires. And if you look at most mobile games and the way that they make profit, it's off of a very skinny amount of the players. It's like 1% or so that's making, or that's pouring most of the money into the game, and a lot of the other freemium players are just playing for free off of these 100 coins. So if you alienate a lot of that small audience as well by not giving them as many free coins to play with, that is going to be detrimental in the long run as well. In addition to, you gave us 100 coins for like a year now, and now it's 50. You're just taking that away. That is going to upset a lot of older players. So bring that up to 100, and maybe give us rewards, like if I can keep a Pokemon in a gym for like a day, maybe you'll give me 1 candy for its species, or 2 candy for its species. If I can keep it in there for a week, maybe you can give me a couple of rare candies in addition to a candy for its species, or maybe give me some Stardust, or maybe start giving me Stardust rewards based on every day that it's in there, because we are losing a lot of Stardust in our rewards as well as the cut and candy. And that was basically my favorite thing to get from holding gyms, is more Stardust so I can power up Pokemon. So having that taken away and not having some way to get that back, like, having a reward for holding a gym for multiple days, that's kind of aggravating to me, at least. Another problem that I'm having with the new gym system is berry atrophy. So it really does not seem to be designed to be a system where I can hold a gym for multiple days. Like I said, I've been holding down a couple of gyms since this update happened. Even though people have said, oh no, it's going to be so difficult, it really isn't that bad if you can get some support. And if you go and feed your Pokemon, at least semi-regularly, don't use Pokemon above 3,000. It is not impossible to do at all. But one thing that I've noticed is that berries do less and less each time you use them on a Pokemon, which isn't great. And I get why they do that on a daily basis, so you can't just sit there and feed a Pokemon and keep it in top health all day and just be a complete annoyance to other people. But at the same time, I feel like that atrophy should reset. So my first berry of the day is always going to heal a good chunk. Second berry of the day is always going to heal kind of a medium chunk. And then it's going to get worse and worse as the day goes on. But I should be able to come in the next day and be able to heal a big chunk, instead of eventually getting to the point where on day 5, I'm healing 1 to 2 CP with every berry. That's just stupid. So again, if the berry atrophy could reset every day, that would probably be a little bit more comfortable of a system, both for the elite players and for the more casual players. And finally, the last thing that I want to talk about in terms of stuff that could be fixed, 1 raid pass per day seems a little low. Like, I can getting only getting 1 per day, or maybe getting 1 on my first gym spin of every day. I get that. But currently, my understanding is that they don't stack. So what I would find ideal is if I could get 1 per day, but I could stack them. So maybe I don't really play a lot during the week. I've got a 9 to 5. Monday through Friday, so I'm just picking up that one free pass per day, and then on Saturday, I have 5 raid passes to play with. I can go to 5 separate raids. That seems like a much more beneficial and much more fun system to me. That way I could drive around with some friends and we could just go hit downtown and do a couple of raids together, instead of being stuck at maybe 1 or 2. But are a couple of things that I do want to give them bonuses for. Max Potions and Max Revives are now available in the store, which is great because I hate farming those. They're so rare, they're so annoying to farm, but they're so necessary once you hit level 32, level 35, and really start competing in the gym system. So, good on you for actually including those in the store, but especially with the 50 coins per day being the new cap, the new daily cap, I really feel like they're overpriced. I wouldn't mind nearly as much if I could maybe get them at the same rate that I would have been able to with 100 coins per day, but with 50 coins per day, they're just way too overpriced. They have to be attainable for casual players. Or more attainable for more casual players. I don't want to have to wait 4 days to get a couple of new max potions, because if I've been participating in the gym system for 4 days, I'm going to need more than just a couple. It would be better if I could get them every 1 to 2 days with those free coins. But, as a lot of people have said, some parts of this new update seem a little bit like a cash grab, and I kind of understand that. It is a product still. They are trying to monetize it, make money off of it. There's really nothing wrong with that. But there needs to be a balance between forcing people to fork over cash to have a good experience and being able to have at least a moderately fun experience for free. Like, I understand that, of course, games like this are going to be more fun if you put in money. You're paying for more fun, I guess, is how that works with premium games. But you shouldn't try to make it wonky for a free player. Like, aggravation isn't necessarily something that makes me want to spend money. That's something that makes me want to spend my time differently. So those are a few complaints I have about the system. If you've noticed something that's really getting on your nerves, feel free to tell me about it in the comments. Maybe I'll talk about it in a future video. I really feel like they're being more responsive to us, so openly talking about what is aggravating about the new update is probably pretty beneficial to us now more than ever. But at the same time, the amount of complaining that goes on in the Pokemon Go community in general is just a little bit frustrating to me. But this time, a lot of people are actually making some really good points, so let's just keep those out there and try to get Niantic's attention, and maybe they'll fix some of this stuff. So this has been another episode of Pokemon Go Fight Club. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I look forward to you guys joining me next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed before, because I'm going to try to keep putting out this great information as it becomes available to us, the community, and as people discover the new tricks of the new gym system. So until next time, keep training, trainers, and have a great day. Hey everybody, I've got a quick little addendum to make to this video. A couple days after I shot the first part, I came out to the beach, thinking about getting a job and moving out here to be close to my dad, who's having some health problems. But that's beside the point. Some new news came out about people getting their first legendary raid passes, and this brings me to what is probably the most irksome complaint I have about this new system. Now, a lot of people have said that this might possibly be a cash grab. They've had some reasoning behind that, that's some of which is solid, some of which is just kind of reaching. I mean, realize that any company is trying to get more money out of its customer base at all times. That's not always a terrible thing. That's just kind of the way that capitalism works. If you have a problem with it, well, I don't know what to do if you have a problem with it. Because I don't really like capitalism in its purest forms that much, and I'm not sure what to do about that myself. But that's beside the point. The thing that really bothers me is legendary raid passes, because it looks like legendary events are going to be releasing sometime soon. The update came out about a week ago. And it looks like the legendary passes are being given to players who have participated in at least 100 raids, if not hundreds of raids at this point. Now, if you only get one free pass per day, it's been about a week, that's 7. If you get 50 coins per day, then maybe you could get that up to 11 or 12 if you're buying the premium passes with your daily gym coins. So each of these players that are receiving this item that we as an entire community have been waiting for months upon months now have probably channeled hundred if not hundreds of dollars into just buying premium raid passes to be able to get to this point. And I think that there's definitely a big issue with hyping a feature and then forcing players to pay hundreds of dollars to get access to it when it comes out. I think that that is deeply problematic. I mean, think about it. Is there any other, even like your favorite video game that you have paid $100 or more for? No. I mean, the going price even for a brand new video game in terms of consoles is like 60 bucks. You buy the special edition, you get all this cool memorabilia, you get maybe like 80, maybe $100, but certainly not 100 or more or hundreds. And I mean, this is just to get one legendary raid pass, which gives you a chance at getting a legendary Pokemon, and essentially that is one item. So we're talking about a premium item that costs over $100, and I find that intensely problematic. But that's just me. Tell me what you think of that in the comments. Maybe it was something that was designed for people to get much later on down the road, and these players, just purely from being super hardcore about it, have managed to unlock it early. Maybe they're going to change the way it's unlocked in the future. I don't know. It's still kind of early to call it, but I think that kind of creating a place where you spend hundreds of dollars just to get one item, which only allows you the chance to get another rare item, is kind of shitty on the port of Niantic. And I try not to use too much foul language, but let's face it, it's shitty. And I'm hard pressed to find another way to really express what that makes me feel. So anyways, hopefully this will change or kind of even out at some point. Maybe a little bit of outrage would help with that. So, you know, get upset about it, folks. See you next time.